Modern AI has mastered everything from high-level coding to world-class strategy games. But these diverse achievements are powered by the exact same mathematical engine. That engine is an algorithm called backpropagation. It is the standard for machine learning, yet the human brain almost certainly bypasses it entirely. To learn, AI uses a process called credit assignment. The network makes a forward guess, like identifying a cat, and calculates its error. It then sends a corrective signal backward through every layer, asking each connection, how much did you contribute to this mistake? This backward-flowing calculus works in silicon, but it requires a physical architecture that biological tissue cannot support. Backpropagation requires the entire network to sit frozen in place. While the error signal ripples backward, every neuron must hold its value and wait for the update to finish. In high-speed processors, this pause is invisible. Biological neurons are far slower than silicon chips. If your brain waited for these backward passes to clear, your conscious experience would be a stuttering series of blackouts, hundreds of milliseconds of frozen reality every time you learn something new. This method also demands a global conductor. A central clock must tell the entire network exactly when to shift from processing input to calculating error. Your brain is massively decentralized. Each neuron acts as an autonomous agent, firing and updating based only on signals from its immediate neighbors. Without a central clock to synchronize the layers, sequential global control is a physical impossibility. Instead of calculating errors in reverse, the brain likely uses a framework called predictive coding. In this model, the brain functions as an active prediction engine, generating expectations about the world before the senses even register them. Anticipating the rustle in a bush or a moving shadow provides a clear survival advantage, but it also saves energy. The brain is calorie hungry. If it can accurately guess what is about to happen, it can ignore the data it already expected and focus its resources elsewhere. Your neurons only fire intensely when these predictions fail. If the incoming sensory data matches the internal guess, the network remains quiet. We aren't passive recorders of the world. We are running a continuous simulation that only expends energy when reality surprises us. This system relies on a two-way flow of information. Higher conceptual layers send predictions downward, while lower sensory layers simultaneously send prediction errors upward, reporting exactly how far off those guesses were. Neuroscientists have identified the specific hardware for this in the cortex. Each layer contains two distinct populations of cells: representational neurons that hold the guess, and error neurons that calculate the discrepancy between that guess and the layer above it. This interaction mirrors a simple physics problem. The difference between a prediction and the actual input acts like tension on a spring. The network's activity is pulled by these opposing forces until they balance out, settling the whole system into a stable equilibrium. Because this balance is achieved locally between connected cells, no global conductor is required. Every neuron updates its state based purely on its immediate surroundings. This allows for a localized learning rule known as Hebbian plasticity. When a neuron's activity correlates with its neighbor's prediction error, the connection between them strengthens. The neurons that fire together wire together. By keeping the math local, the brain eliminates the need for pauses or global synchronization. It can compute the present and learn for the future at the same time. These biological insights are helping AI researchers address the physical bottlenecks of modern hardware. Backpropagation's sequential math creates a massive data queue, requiring immense power and time to synchronize millions of weights across distant layers. Predictive coding provides a path toward true parallelism. Because each node updates locally, there is no need to wait for a backward pass to finish. This allows hardware to process and learn instantaneously across the entire network. It also helps prevent catastrophic forgetting. In traditional AI, the global error signal often overwrites old knowledge when the network learns a new task. Predictive coding's local updates are more surgical, adjusting only the specific connections that failed to predict the new data, while leaving the rest of the knowledge intact. This biological model maps cleanly onto the architecture of modern parallel processors. It reduces the energy required for training by eliminating the constant data movement involved in global synchronization. These architectural advantages are moving the theory out of neuroscience labs and into the design of new AI systems. In early benchmarks, neural networks built on predictive coding are already matching the performance of traditional backpropagation, showing that local updates can be just as accurate as global ones. Engineers spent decades optimizing complex global algorithms in silicon, while the biological system that inspired the entire field was already using a faster, local alternative. The brain doesn't stop to calculate. It predicts, compares, and adapts in a single, continuous flow. As we build the next generation of machines, we are finally looking at the biological blueprint that has been working all along.